Welcome back to what I did in lab today, where I tell you guys what I did in my biochem lab today. I still have a cold, so if I sound weird, no I don't. So today actually wasn't a full lab section. We didn't actually do any lab work. Today was a quiz about the previous two labs, but I do have an update on my last lab. So what we have here, as promised, is blue carrots, and there will be better pictures. So this one is actually the Gus negative culture. So it wasn't supposed to be blue, but as you can see, it is pretty blue. So what we think happened, everybody's Gus negative culture turned out to be blue. So what the TA thinks happens is that the original culture of bacteria, the Gus negative original culture that we took our samples from, got contaminated because everybody's Gus negative sample turned blue, like across all three lab sections. So if that was the case, that makes sense, because it doesn't really make sense that every single group of people had a Gus negative bacteria contamination completely independently. So the most likely thing is the original culture was contaminated, which is why everything is blue. And here we have the Gus positive culture, which you can see is also blue, but funnily enough is a bit less blue than the Gus negative culture, even though it's not supposed to be. Regardless, the blue color does show that the transformation was successful. Just it's a little contaminated, but it was successful, so the lab overall was a success, even though the culture turned out to be blue when it wasn't supposed to in the Gus negative. But still, overall, it was a success because we did end up with blue carrots. And here we took a couple of the carrot slices out. They're not looking super hot, but they are definitely blue. My friend that I sent the photo to was like, they're not blue, they're just gross. Like, if you look at it closely, they're blue, I promise. Here's a little bit better one from Snapchat. You can see the blue color a little bit better here. This is the Gus negative carrots, so these are the ones that aren't supposed to be blue, but ironically showed up the best blue, but you can see it quite a bit better in this picture. And these carrots are from the Gus positive culture, so the ones that are supposed to be blue, but they didn't turn out quite as blue as the rest of them. I don't know if it's just these specific carrots that we pulled out. There are a couple blue ones, like they don't look super blue because I should have taken one with the flash, but you can definitely see they're not orange. So, I mean, they're more brown or black than blue, but you can see there is a blue tint there. So while overall the blue carrots were technically a success and a failure, but the important one succeeded. The important one was the blue one because the Gus negative was just supposed to act as a negative control, so it's just supposed to kind of contrast between the two, so we don't really have that contrast, but we do have blue, which means overall the experiment worked. So there we have it, as promised, blue carrots.